Imagine having a supercomputer right inside your head. Actually, you do. It's your brain, friends, a marvel that eclipses even the most advanced technology known to man. Consider this. Your brain houses more neurons than the Milky Way has stars. And let's be honest, we have a closer understanding of celestial bodies millions of light years away than the enigmatic network nestled between our ears. Now, it's common lore that our brains are split into a logical left and a creative right hemisphere. Accountants, legal eagles, and financial pundits, they're all soldiers of the left brain, right? On the artistic front, the painters, melody creators, and visionaries dance to the right brain's tune. But here's a kicker: this whole left versus right brain narrative. It's a myth. The left hemisphere isn't just a calculator running spreadsheets for logic and sequence. It's more versatile. Mathematics isn't a one-sided affair. The right side chips in too, helping you size up approximations just as well. And language? Sure, the left's got a grip on grammar and vocabulary, but the right hemisphere is crucial for picking up on sarcasm or knowing when someone's teasing or actually upset. This whole left-right brain divide became a thing decades ago, thanks to a Nobel Prize winner by the name of Roger W. Sperry. While slicing through the brain's main line of communication, the corpus callosum, to crack the epilepsy code, Sperry noted some post-op changes. Next thing you know, pop culture takes this and gallops away, creating a brain hemisphere rivalry. Fast forward to recent times and stacks of research, like a 2013 study involving 1,000 individuals' brain scans, debunk the notion that one side of our noggins punches higher than the other. In reality, both brain sides tag team seamlessly to perform even the simplest acts. When you're trying to recognize your car in a parking lot, for example, the left and right are in cahoots, with the left picking apart the tiny details and the right eyeballing the overall shape. In the most dramatic demonstration of brain teamwork, consider this. Individuals have bounced back and thrived after hemispherectomies. Yep. That's having half of your brain taken out. Originated by Dr. Walter Dandy, the procedure often led to kids with previously debilitating seizures trotting off to school, learning and growing as if they've got all neurons on deck. While some faculties like vision in one eye or hand movements were sacrificed, it showed just how adaptable our brains can reroute functions like city traffic during a marathon. So, let's bust the left-right brain myth once and for all, and marvel instead at the versatile, resilient supercomputer we carry around every day, your whole brain. And while we're smashing myths, let's dive into some areas that are just as labyrinthine and myth-ridden as our cerebral hemispheres: personal finance, investments, real estate, and the legal labyrinth. Scared to navigate these realms with the acumen of a brain that knows no sides? Stay tuned, tap that subscribe button, ring the bell for notifications, and get ready to become the maestro of your financial and legal destiny. Are you ready to dive deeper and turn these newfound insights into tangible life improvements? Let's get into the essence of investment show to discern trends like the smart money tactics, how to weather storms like the threat of a recession, and how to carve a path through the digital jungle of online banking and marketing. But wait, there's more. Bold modern life dating tips where wisdom speaks louder than cheesy pickup lines, the bulldog mindset to face career challenges with fierce determination, and perhaps even touch on the divine masculine, tapping into that reservoir of strength and vitality to conquer your objectives. And gentlemen, ever heard of monk mode or semen retention? It's not just about finding your inner zen. There's more to these practices than meets the eye. We'll unpack these concepts and challenge you to see if there's a place for them in your pursuit of becoming the strongest male hero in your own epic story. Throughout, we'll interweave tales and insights, from male possession and the corporate struggle to lifelong learning in the era of information overload. And when the time calls for it, we'll delve into the depths of real estate, dissecting market trends and investment strategies to fortify your portfolio. But let's not forget the backbone of your operations: the legal, medical, insurance, and credit frameworks that encase your aspirations. A navigation through these can make or break your empire-building journey. we'll peek into the corridors of power where the Male Empire's foundation is laid and fortified. Pause here and subscribe to bring these powerful insights into your life. By joining this journey, you're not just hitting a button. You're claiming access to a treasure trove of knowledge that has the potential to transform your life's trajectory. As we gear up for the grand finale, remember that every conclusion is simply a segue to a new beginning. Just when you think you've got it mastered, there's always a twist, a new alley to explore, or a forgotten memento that reshuffles the deck. In the end, what will you take from this trove of wisdom? What action will this knowledge spur within you? Will you be the one to rifle through the myths and emerge on the other side equipped, enlightened, and ready to take on the world? Share how you plan to implement these insights and become an architect of your future. And if this video has armed you with valuable knowledge, feel free to match that value with your appreciation. Check the description if you wish to tip the scales of knowledge sharing in your favor. Remember, gentlemen, knowledge is the currency of the empire you're building, and every tip hurled our way propels us further on this journey of discovery. Together, let's stride into an enlightened era where wisdom reigns supreme and every man can sculpt his own destiny. Gentlemen, imagine hearing a tale that's so extraordinary it could rival any action-packed blockbuster, featuring a one-man army with the grit to free an entire city from enemy control, not in fiction, but in the gritty reality of World War II. That man was Sergeant Low Major, a French-Canadian force of nature whose name remains etched in the annals of military history. Born in Montreal, Sergeant Major was a mere teenager when the call of duty echoed in his heart, prompting him to enlist in 1940. With his audacious spirit, he soon embarked on a D-Day reconnaissance mission in France, a turning point that marked the beginning of his string of awe-inspiring feats. Seizing a German armored vehicle might seem a challenge for an entire battalion, but for Major, it was a one-man job. The prize? German communications gear and clandestine codes. Intel that would severely undercut the enemy's secretive edge. But even after an encounter with a grenade that cost him an eye, this relentless warrior persevered, adamant that a single eye was ample to execute his sniper's precision. As if that wasn't enough, Sergeant Major's courage crescendoed in the summer of 1944, in the Netherlands, where single-handedly, he took 93 German soldiers prisoner, the very definition of blitzing the blitzkrieg. One episode even saw him turn a German captive into bait, a ploy that ended with the surrender of an entire garrison. When SS troops turned their weapons on their own men in a spectacle of chaos and betrayal, Major's response? Calmly escort nearly 100 prisoners through the storm of enemy fire, as if strolling through a park. The man's mettle was undeniable, yet when awarded the Distinguished Conduct Medal, his principles stood as tall as his bravery. His refusal to accept the decoration from a general he harbored disdain for spoke volumes of his character, as much as his valor. But war cares little for a man's past heroics, and soon Major faced yet another trial. A landmine left him with a back broken in 3 places, alongside shattered ribs and ankles. With resignation, doctors declared his war had reached its end. Yet, in an escapade as thrilling as any grand escape, Major defied fate, recovering in secret only to return to his unit in the front line. And then, the night of April 13, 1945, unfolded an exploit that would grace the pages of history forever. The liberation of Zwolle was a solo mission akin to Legend. Major, fueled by the loss of a comrade, weaved a web of chaos so convincing it sent the German forces into retreat, sparing the city from a devastating bombardment. This was the valor that garnered him his first Distinguished Conduct Medal, but his thirst for righteous combat was unquenchable. The Korean War called, and he answered, seizing a hill held by the enemy with just 18 men, fending off thousands of Chinese soldiers for 3 arduous days until backup arrived. His heroism in Korea saw him decorated with his second Distinguished Conduct Medal. Sergeant Low Major's tale isn't merely one of military triumphs. It's a narrative of unwavering spirit, a tribute to the iron-willed warriors who shaped the world through sheer force of will. His passing in Canada on October 12, 2008, marked the end of an era, but his legacy endures, inspiring generations with a message that one man's resolve can tilt the balance of entire wars. With this riveting saga, I entrust you with a slice of history and a question that lingers in the air like the smoke of a battled past. What will you do with the courage and resolve shown by the likes of Low Major? What barriers will you break? And if today's account of determination and valor has struck a chord within you, I invite you to subscribe, like, and hit the notification bell. Engage with a community that cherishes the stories of the fierce, the undaunted. And remember, by subscribing, you're aligning with the untold potential that became tangible reality through the conviction of heroes like Sergeant Low Major. Now, if this story has delivered value to your life, a gesture of your appreciation is always welcome. You'll find a way to express it in the description. Carry on the legacy of strength, gentlemen, and forge your path with the tenacity that history respects and reveres.